Russian forces are reported to have shelled Ukrainians fleeing the town of Irpin, just outside the capital, Kyiv. Witnesses said people were forced to scurry along pavements, clutching children and luggage as they made their way to buses and cars to get away. 3 people, a mother and 2 children, are reported to have been killed in the shelling. A second attempt to move civilians out of the besieged port of Mariupol in the south of Ukraine has failed. The city's council said Russian forces had violated a ceasefire by continuing to bombard the area. Ewan Watson from the International Committee of the Red Cross says the 2 sides in the conflict should have agreed the details of the temporary truce.
Our teams are on the ground. We are ready to support. But ultimately what is needed is an agreement to the detailed terms of how this evacuation is going to happen. What we've seen over the last couple of days is that simply those agreements are not in place, and therefore the evacuation hasn't taken place. And it's enormously frustrating when you see the levels of desperation.
The head of the UN's nuclear watchdog says he's extremely concerned about reported communication difficulties between the Ukrainian regulator and nuclear sites under Russian control. Rafael Grossi said the Ukrainian authorities were having trouble contacting staff at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant, which is the biggest in the country. 4,000 people have been detained in Russia for taking part in demonstrations about the invasion. The Interior Ministry said more than 5,000 people had marched in Moscow, St. Petersburg and other cities. TikTok, one of the world's most popular social media platforms, is stopping users in Russia from uploading new content. It said restrictive media laws that were passed in Moscow last week could put users at risk of jail. Here's Simon Browning.
TikTok will no longer allow its 70 million users in Russia to upload new videos or to live stream. This means they'll only be able to send videos and text messages to others or access old video content. The Chinese-owned platform has said the safety of its employees and users was its top priority. The invasion in Ukraine has been called the first TikTok war because of the volume of videos of the conflict that have been uploaded. Some have been questioned for their authenticity.
Football at Arsenal have moved to 4th in the Premier League with a 3-2 win at Watford. At the top, Manchester City are now 6 points clear with an emphatic 4-1 derby win at home against Manchester United. Riyad Mahrez scored 2, as did Kevin De Bruyne, whom the former United keeper Peter Schmeichel said was the mastermind of the win.
He was absolutely fantastic. His leadership, which I find in a football team is very, very important, that you have guys like that, guys who spots where something needs to be done and then go and do it. He did that very clearly.
Tottenham and Everton play tomorrow.